As we experience highs and lows throughout life, it's important to cherish the things most dear to us. About a month ago, I looked at an overgrown corner of our lawn and I decided that I wanted to build a secret garden there. What I didn't know at the time was that about halfway through building the garden, my cat would pass away suddenly after being run over by a truck. It was our only furry friend, and he brought us so much love and joy. Shortly after it happened, we had to decide where we wanted to bury him. We decided that this area that we were already working on would be the best place, and we decided to dedicate the garden to him. When we started, you can see that the area was completely overgrown, with shrubs, dirt mounds, and large rocks. First thing I did was establish an edge for where I wanted the garden to start. Then I just started clearing it out. You can see that I used a straight shovel and dug the area I wanted edged on both sides, creating a sort of V formation. I find this to be the easiest way, as you can just pull the grass right out afterwards. This part took days to complete, and you'll see later as there are a number of outfit changes that occur. We're also starting to get a ton of rain here in the part of Canada that I live in, so that didn't help get things done faster either. Once I started, I realized some of the bushes had pretty thick roots. I thought it would be a smart idea to grab my ATV to help pull things out of the ground, and, well, it sort of worked, but not really. Eventually I just gave up and went back to the old school way of doing it by hand. Then I grabbed the weed whacker and just started trimming everything down. I wasn't too worried about getting every root because I knew that we would be covering the area with dirt rocks and wood chips. I then started digging out the dirt mound that was in the center and evened out the ground. Some of the rocks were way too large to move by hand, so we had to get a heavy-duty strap and cable puller to move the rocks out of the center where the pathway was going to be. We forgot to film this part, but off camera we bought some plastic edging and took some river rock we had elsewhere on the property to create a pathway. I will try and link the edging that I used down below. We ended up running out of river rock, so we had to go to our nearest landscape store to get more. Next, I found this beautiful concrete bench off of Facebook Marketplace. As you can see, the bench is full of chipping white lead paint. I loved the detail on the legs and figured I could strip and power wash the paint off. This part of the project took several coats of stripper, and I even tried using some saran wrap to prevent the stripping from drying out so quickly. After a ton of stripping and several power wash sessions, I was really happy with the end result. I wasn't able to get all the paint off, but I actually love it because it now looks like it has a subtle whitewash look to it. It was around this time in the video that our cat passed away. We were devastated when we lost him, and we decided to bury him in the center right underneath where the bench was going to go. Although it was extremely difficult to get up and work on the garden, we somehow had a newfound determination to finish the garden and give our little guy a beautiful resting place. I then collected some plants for the garden. I found hostas and some ground cover, either from other parts of my garden for free on the side of the road, or a couple I got on sale at the nursery for about $1 each. The garden has several trees and it's shaded, so I made sure everything I chose would do well in shade. I laid everything out where I wanted them so that they were spaced out evenly, and then I started one by one planting them into the ground. We used some leftover shrub transplanter that we had from another garden project. We would just pour a little bit of transplanter into each hole and then mix it with water before planting. This part was tough, and we had to take several breaks throughout as it was extremely emotional for us. A part of me believes that I was meant to build that garden just for him. We then finished up the trim in the back by connecting it in a circular shape around the back where the bench was going to go. Once that was done, we were on the final step, which was to cover the garden with wood chips. We actually got the wood chips for free at our local park. Once our city is done working on the city's landscaping, they leave the chips in the park for residents to take. It's great because we can take as much as we need, and the shredded leaves that are mixed in eventually brown and die away, leaving behind really nice looking mulch. All in all, this entire transformation costed about $200 Canadian, so $150 US. I was able to do it on such a low budget by using what I already have and only spending money on the bench, a couple of plants, and some stone. Eventually all the plants in the garden will grow and mature with time, and we added a little cat statue so that we can always think about him whenever we go into the garden. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. Bye dudes.